Welcome back, everyone. This is Zip, and today we're going to be diving into the wild world of stablecoins. And trust me, things are absolutely heating up. You have to see the macro view of the crypto industry and exactly what is going on with stablecoins, as they're going to play a huge part of the new financial system that is being modernized, changed right before our eyes. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel as we travel together on this crypto journey. And if you're looking for a secure environment and need white glove service, remember to keep the guys at Caleb and Brown in mind. Links in the description. And I am headed down in the AM to Sarasota, Florida for the XRP proper party, and looking forward to trying to get some video clips from that and meeting a lot of great folks and just getting some great information from that party. Now, let's dive into the news and keep in mind the big picture as I'm going through this. So, welcome to Wyoming, the cowboy state, where, yep, they have open plains and they're meeting cutting edge innovation. In July 2025, Wyoming is set to make history as the first U.S. state to launch its own government-backed cryptocurrency, stablecoin, which is WYST token. Governor Mark Gordon has announced that the target date for this launch is July 2025. Everything is happening in 2025. As I said from the beginning, we're going to thrive in 2025, and this is just part of it. Their testing is already underway, and they're utilizing multiple blockchains to lock down exactly who they're going to go with, and they're doing that with a partnership through Layer 0. Now, keep this in mind and picture this. We're on the track for faster, cheaper payments from everything from groceries to taxes, which in Wyoming will all be powered by WYST. The state's even over collateralizing it at 102% to keep it secure and make sure that nothing goes wrong. Imagine that, a balanced budget. And here's the best part. Interest from those reserves could fund Wyoming's schools and public services. So again, the big picture, the big strategy, as the nation and the institutions start to realize the capability of this, as regulation from the federal level is being implemented within the stablecoin industry. So this is not just a Wyoming story. It's actually a potential game changer. If this stablecoin takes off, it's almost guaranteed that other states might follow, and probably will follow, because they're going to see the implementation and the benefits to the citizens of Wyoming, creating a absolutely domino effect for stablecoin development, again, at the state level. Now, Wyoming could redefine how states absolutely handle money in this digital age as this transformation happens. Absolutely a bold step towards financial innovation, and very exciting for Wyoming's and the country at large, and can't wait to see what happens with this. So we're going to dive into some USDC news now. These next two articles and what I'm going to discuss is about USDC. USDC, we know it's a stablecoin backed by Circle, just went live and is liquid in Japan. This is huge news. That means it's fully tradable and ready to roll out on platforms like SBI VC Trade. So what's the big deal with this? Well, Japan's one of the toughest markets to crack for crypto and have super strict regulations, but they've greenlit now USDC as the first USD peg stablecoin under their new rules. This isn't just a win for Circle. Again, big picture, it's a signal that stablecoins are leveling up globally. So why should we care? You know, we're all invested in cryptocurrencies like XRP, HBAR. Well, the reason we should care is because stablecoins are going to be the front end of all of the digital transformation that's taking over the financial system. So First off, Japan's a massive economy, and this move brings USDC to a whole new level of legitimacy. It's not just about trading, ladies and gentlemen. It's about real world use. And that's why the crypto that I'm invested in and that many of you are invested in has real world use, real world utility, and they're interoperable. Now, think big, cross-border payments, institutional adoption. This, again, could be a domino effect. And as countries look at Japan, more countries might follow their lead, especially as the stablecoin rules are tightening, and we have the micro regulation, and we know the Genius Act and all the stablecoin legislation that's going on in America. Things are tightening, and only stablecoins that are audited and fully backed, one for one, are going to be able to pass the mustard and make that bar and be accepted by nation states. So we know that Ripple has relationships with SBI. So some might ask, like, well, why didn't they use RLUSD? This deal has been going on. I was reading about it with USDC for a couple years. And remember, RLUSD just came out and is growing in volume, just came out in December of last year. And so it very well could be very competitive in the future. And we know it will be competitive in future markets. But this is an absolutely huge deal for the macro view of what is going on within the world. More USDC news. And this one is absolutely exciting as well. So imagine a world where your money earns interest and you can use it instantly for trading. That's what we're going to. 24/7 trading, 24/7 transmission of money in a digital format. And this is all going to be on the blockchains that we love and that we hold tightly. So sounds futuristic, but we're right here. We're seeing this unfold right before our eyes. So again, it's happening now with USYC and USDC. So let's think about the basics and let's break this down a little bit. And this post is out on X, and I encourage you to follow me out on X. But basically what's going on here is USYC, or the US yield coin, is a token backed by safe things like US Treasury bills, which earn you yield every day. So what does USDC, what is that? We know USDC coin is the stable coin worth exactly 1-for-1 US dollar, aligning it to make it a perfect for what? Trading and payments. So we bring these two together and they're teaming up absolutely to shake up the financial world. So here's the magic. With this integration, you'll be able to you can turn your yield earning USYC into cash like USDC in a snap, as fast as that. Again, 24/7, no delays. Traders can absolutely use this. They'll be able to use it for margin or derivatives, keeping their money, keeping our money working while staying liquid at the same time. So it boosts capital efficiency. Again, your funds can do more with less downtime, because the blockchain is what? 24/7, and safety, thanks to blockchain's transparency. You can see everything within these blockchains. Plus, big players like ICE, as it says in this article, the Intercontinental Exchange. These are folks that are behind the New York Stock Exchange, are exploring this right now with USDC to make this real world, real operations. So this could bridge, big picture, Wall Street and crypto like we have not seen before. That's why I'm bringing this news to show you the bigger picture. Sometimes we get stuck in our own coins, so to speak, our investments, and we don't look and broaden that horizon, but we have to see the big picture so we can be looking at how that's going to affect us and how it's going to affect our liquidity and capital in the future, and how we're going to be able to make additional money off the money we're going to make in this crypto market. So I'd be curious, what do you guys think about that? Do you think this is where the future of money is going with stablecoins as the front end and the blockchains moving cross-border money across the world? I do, but I'd be curious to see what your thoughts are. Additionally, look at Fidelity. We know all about Fidelity. Fidelity Investments is one of the biggest names in finance, and now they're gearing up to launch their very own stablecoin. And again, just like everything else, we're going to see this domino effect happening across the industry. That's right. Wall Street giant Fidelity is diving deeper into the blockchain pool. And you got to believe that they've been working on this for years, and we're just now getting the news. Why? Because the regulation is aligning and everything is leading up to everything being digital on the blockchain. So they're currently in their advanced testing phase, but here's the scoop on this. According to the report that came out from the Financial Times on March 26th, yesterday, Fidelity is again testing a stablecoin through its digital assets arm, Fidelity Digital Assets. There's not a launch date defined yet, and we know this is the phase. Everything has to go into a testing phase, a development environment. There, everyone has to be trained on how to handle these environments, and then they will launch it to the world. So the head of digital assets, Cynthia Bessett, told the Financial Times this could transform capital markets. And I absolutely believe that is what is going to happen. Think about it, the big picture, quicker trades, better collateral, and maybe even lower fees. That's the point to blockchain and stablecoin implementation, to decrease all the fees and all the extra money that the institutions have been making. They'll still make money, but it's going to save us, the customers, money in the long run. So Fidelity's entry could absolutely legitimize them even more for everyday folks and Wall Street alike. It's all about growth and watching the crypto environment grow. And that's what we have to understand with what's going on. We're showing you the picture and laying down the tracks, so to speak, for this new digital environment and where we're going. So again, it's absolutely all stable coins tonight. I know it may not be the most exciting things, but if you look at the macro view, you absolutely should be exciting with Wyoming blazing a trail for a state-backed crypto, USDCs in Japan and cracking that wide open, and the USYC and USDC making money 24/7, making our money work harder but more efficiently, with Fidelity stepping up to bring Wall Street along for the ride. Again, we are not just talking about digital dollars here. We're looking at the financial infrastructure being changed right before our eyes, and this is what the future is going to bring to us, of how we pay, how we trade, and even how we do things like fund our schools locally within the states. That's the big changes that are coming to the infrastructure. But what do you guys think? Are stablecoins the next big thing, or is this just some other, flashy experiment that's going on and it's not going to come to anything? I'd be very interested to know your thoughts. Please drop those into the comments. And again, until next time, be patient, be positive, and dream big. With that, Zip is out.